I'm Carla. If you found your way here today, then you are probably a person who is experiencing something unsettling, uncomfortable, unpleasant. Perhaps just once, perhaps it's a recurring experience. Anxiety, depression, anger, hypertension, all of these things are extremely common. They're not talked about because they're hard to talk about, because the solution these days is just, here, take a pill. Or you don't deal with it, and you try to do everything you can to make it go away. You try to have fun, you try to be happy instead, only to wind up in the same spot, having a panic attack. I'm somebody who has experienced and managed depression and anxiety for the majority of my life. And for the last decade and a half, I've been managing it naturally and holistically. And I wanted to offer a safe space to delve into these uncomfortable things that we try to avoid, just for them to come up later 10 times stronger. These things, these emotions, these energies and motion are basically signals from your body, from your being, and it's like having a check engine light come on. And if we don't take it to the dealership to get it fixed, it doesn't go away on its own. The reason it's difficult to talk about these things is because we are living in a very unnatural way. When they say, oh, here's a meditation app, oh, here's a pill, mental illness is over, get back to work. But it's getting harder and harder to ignore, and it's becoming more and more prevalent with no real solution except go to therapy, numb yourself. These energies they exist in the invisible realm. We can't see emotions. They're intangible. So we don't always, other people don't always know that we're experiencing it. Especially because we're taught that these things aren't really acceptable. And so we go experience them alone, or we get really, really good at masking. And I'm gonna be pretty candid here and say that I've tried to make this video 1,000 times. I've tried to go about it in a professional way, and it feels scripted to me. I would rather just talk like I'm talking to my best friend. even though I'm talking to a device right now, I'd much rather talk like I'm speaking to a soul. I'd rather be authentic and genuine about it, so I'm just going to talk. It will reach whoever it needs to. There are multiple things that you can do to get out of the ether, out of this intangible world, and get back into the body. Things like breath work and pressure points on your body, meridians, yoga, meditation. Things like sound healing, fresh vegetables. But the truth is that none of these things are going to help. They might help short term, but they don't help long term. Trying to ask yourself to calm down in an environment that's totally unnatural is like a fucking gaslight. I said it. Trying to force yourself to like calm down and be happy and not be sad and not be mad when you're literally living totally out of alignment with nature is a fucking gaslight. And so I can teach you these things. I can tell you how to get into the body through breath work and stretches and pressure points and sound healing, and I will, if you're interested. I'll share that later on in this video. But the truth is that we're just addressing symptoms here. What we really need to address is the root cause. And no amount of sunlight and fresh vegetables and essential oils and yoga and meditation is going to change the fact that we are not living the way we're meant to live. In isolation, focusing our life force energy on things that are lifeless, like money and material possessions and technology. So I just wanted to throw that out here as a disclaimer. We're meant to live in community. We're meant to live in alignment with the earth. We're meant to eat clean, pure, living food straight out of the ground, not rotten food from the grocery store. We're meant to do a lot of things. We're not meant to work 9 to 5s, doing the same thing over and over as if we were robots, because we're not robots. We're treated like we are. We're expected to behave like robots. But we're not. We're not machines, and we're living in the age of the machine. And we wonder why we're so fucking depressed. So, I'm gonna show you some stuff that will help. But I just want to say that of all the solutions presented by society right now, it's like we don't trust any of it anymore. Oh, buy my product. Everyone's just trying to make a buck, and frankly, they're all treating symptoms and they're not addressing the root. So it's like, okay, so what's the actual solution here? I struggled really, really hardcore with my depression and with suicidal thoughts for the first 30 years of my life. And then I read The Ringing Cedars of Russia by Vladimir Megre. And it was like I woke up from the Matrix. Except instead of waking up from a synthetic heaven and into hell, I woke up from the lies, the program, the hell that has been invented that operates in the dimension of the fake world that is literally just made up. It's literally just like fake. And this way of life that we've adapted to is not the way of life that we were designed for. And we don't have to fucking do it anymore. There's going to be a gradual transition as we slowly go back to the natural ways. But in the meantime, here are some tools that can help you stay a little bit grounded and help you come to a place of homeostasis until we shed these habits and these lifestyles that are not in alignment and that create suffering. Pain is your body and spirit's way of telling you that something is unacceptable. And there are forces that don't want you to be in tune with your heart and in tune with your body. They want you to numb out so that you're easier to manipulate. But we are powerful, and we will come back to the truth. But in the meantime, here's some stuff that can help. You may begin seated in an upright position or reclining down flat on your back. The choice is yours. Take a moment to close the eyes and come home to yourself. Notice your breath without judgment or alteration. Simply notice its pace, its depth, and come home to the truth of your body. And then you may choose to keep the eyes closed, or you may choose to open the eyes. Place one palm over your heart and the other palm over your stomach. And from here, we're going to inhale for 6 heartbeats and then exhale for 6 heartbeats. This tunes you into the beating of your own heart and into a rhythm that is purely and organically your own. This has you pay attention to the heart, when the heart is so very often neglected. Breathe in this manner, in for 6 heartbeats and out for 6 heartbeats, for 1 to 2 minutes, or as long as feels good and necessary for you in this moment in time. You may pause the video at any time and take as long as you need to breathe, to exist, to really settle into your body. Stay true to your own pace and really listen to what it is your body is asking for in this moment. Now, whenever you are ready, place one palm on the top of the head and use the other hand to begin to massage the fascia in between where the armpit connects to the breast tissue or your pectoral. Gently massage in this space, releasing the fascia that can get stuck or dense. Massaging and flushing out the lymph nodes that get clogged. Loosening, softening, massaging gently and attentively for 30 seconds to a minute. And then go to where the armpit connects with the shoulder blade and massage in that area next. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Next, we will gently begin to massage the face, first under the eyes, starting at the nose and sweeping outward to the outside of the face. And then above the eyes, starting in the center of the forehead and sweeping out over to the outside of the face. And then we take the thumb and the index and begin at the chin and start sweeping across the jaw. And then we gently use the fingers to massage down the neck, helping flush out the lymph nodes, clearing out any congestion. And then we will bend the index fingers and use the middle of the index finger to gently massage just up above the arch of the eyebrow on either side. And then we'll go down to the nasal passage and massage on either side of the face. And then we'll take our stronger hand and place one index into the chin, not too hard, not too soft. Just the right amount of pressure. And then we'll use the fingers to massage the scalp. Imagine you're pulling your hair back into a ponytail, sweeping the fingers through your hair. Place each thumb in the divot of the back of the neck where the base of the skull meets the neck. And hold here for a few breaths. It's honestly better to lie down so you can relax and receive more benefit from this pressure point. Now stand with your feet hip width apart and inhale your arms up to the sky. Give a slight back bend, and as you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Keep the knees soft, keep a generous bend in the knee, and we're simply going to fold back down. You can walk your hands to either side to twist and slightly lubricate the spine. You can hold on to the elbows and simply allow yourself to dangle and hang freely. Here we are alleviating high blood pressure. Feel free to inhale and halfway lift at any point throughout the pose. You want to remain here for several breaths or as long as feels good and accessible to you. And whenever you are ready to come out of the pose, slowly walk your hands up your legs and unravel. Stand back up one vertebrae of the spine at a time, gently lifting the head slowly and easily, and inhale the arms back up to the heavens. Give a slight back bend, and then exhale. Bring the palms back down to heart center. And now we're going to use sound healing to create a state of homeostasis within the body. We're going to use singing the scales, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, to activate all of the chakras, clear blockages, and get back in tune with our truth and our bodies. We have been seriously discouraged from using our actual voice, and our voice is so powerful. It is the conveyor of our truth. It is how we bring our truth out into the ether. It's how we connect with the world around us. And so, just like when Van Gogh said, if there is a voice inside you that says you cannot paint, then paint, and the voice will be silenced. So if there is some sort of blockage in you that says you cannot speak, you cannot share your truth, there's a very visceral fear in sharing our truth, because a lot of people who speak up get neutralized. But when you're in a safe setting, whether you're making your morning coffee, you're driving to work in your car, or you're home in the evenings and you're making dinner, gradually reacclimating to the use of your voice can really do wonders. And today we're going to start with the scales. So, Do. This addresses the root chakra. The root chakra are your intestines and your blood. The message of the root chakra is, I am. I matter. I exist. Do, re. Re addresses the sacral chakra, which is your reproductive organs. And the message of your reproductive organs is, joy is my divine birthright. Do, re, mi. Mi addresses the solar plexus, or the stomach. And the stomach, the message of that is that I balance my action and my surrender. I do my part as part of the whole, and I surrender to the rest of the whole. Do, re, mi, fa. This addresses the heart chakra. The message of the heart is, I love. I receive love on the inhale. I give love on the exhale. Just as I am breathing in the world and the world is becoming part of me and giving me its love, I exhale and the world breathes me in and receives the love that is my true being. Do, re, mi, fa, so. This addresses the throat chakra. I speak my truth. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la. This addresses the brow chakra, or the eyes, as well as the third eye, or the pineal gland, that can sense the invisible world as well. The message is, I perceive. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. Ti addresses the crown chakra, or the brain, where it all ties together and processes all the rest of the senses of our body. I know. I am knowing. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And the top do, the final do, encompasses the energetic body, or the second self, and encompasses all of the chakras into one. So, start with me. Let's sing each note for about 4 heartbeats, okay? Take a deep breath in. Do, I am. Re, is my divine birthright. Me. I balance action and surrender. Fa. I love. So. I speak. La. I see. Ti. I know. Da. I am eternal. Do. Re. Mi. Fa. So. La. Ti. Da. I invite you to practice this throughout your day, and you'll notice wherever there might be phlegm in your throat, you'll notice where there's blockages in which chakra, which might, you'll notice sensations in your body, and just consciously with your will and with your breath and with your heart, with your spirit, mind, and body, clear the blockages. There's a reason that sound is so powerful. What's the first sound we hear as we're developing in the womb? We hear our mother's heartbeat. We hear life. And there's a reason that a child is soothed by their mother's voice when that voice conveys love. So if you've been told that you cannot sing or you cannot speak, speak, sing in a place where you are safe to do so, whether you're alone in the kitchen or you go out to the woods somewhere, and you'll notice as you get more comfortable and more confident with yourself, not only do you bring yourself to a space of homeostasis and soothing, you begin to affect the world around you as it receives you, as it receives your message. And begin to hum, begin to sing. Whatever song is coming and flowing through you, whatever energy needs to be moved, allow it to be moved with the power of your voice. And be mindful of the words that you choose. That's why sometimes it's better to hum because our spirit is so powerful that it will make the words we say live. So until you find a place of homeostasis, it's better not to speak curses into existence. Be mindful of the songs that you listen to, of the program it plants in your brain, and be mindful of the message you convey to the earth and to the cosmos, because it is always listening. Even if you are alone in a room by yourself and there is no plant or living thing around to hear you, you are living. You have a direct link to God through your spirit. You are always listening. So be mindful of the messages you tell yourself. Be mindful of the words and the thoughts that you allow into your brain, because they can make or break your truth. What truth do you want to create in this reality? What reality do you want to create? Do you want to create hell, suffering, pain, distortion, division? Or do you want to create something else? harmony. I thank you for your time today. I genuinely hope that this helps. From my heart to yours, be well. And one more thing. If you feel alone in this, alone in your sadness, alone in your anger, remember that there is more to this world than is material. When I say you're not alone, you might think, Carla, I'm in a room by myself right now. Actually, I am alone. I invite you to connect to your heart space. They've tried so hard to disconnect us from our heart. The heart is an electromagnetic transmitter and receiver. Everything, both animate and inanimate, emits a frequency. If you open your heart and call upon love and call upon that which is living, a tree, a fern, a flower, the sky, a bird, somebody that you meet, somebody that you love, you'll realize that we are connected at all times. It's just a matter of clearing your reception. You are not alone. You never have been. You never will be. Across time and space and across an electronic transmission, I love you. And I'm here.